Welcome, everybody, to the Lake Ann Camp Life at its Best podcast. I have with me today my oldest daughter, Liana. She is 14. She has done the junior high program twice and getting ready to go to Fresh Start this next summer. So, we're going to talk about the junior high program today and kind of give you an inside peek into what the junior high program looks like. All right, so welcome. First time on a podcast. Are you a little nervous?
Kind of.
Kind of. That's okay. It's okay to be nervous. It's always a little different when you're talking in front of a microphone and a camera and all those kinds of things. So I get it. That's not a problem. But you made me a list, just like Mackenzie did when we talked about junior camp, about some of the things that you really enjoyed with junior high. So we're just going to talk about those things and kind of go from there and see what your favorite things were. Kind of maybe if somebody's coming for the first time to camp, they've never been to camp before, and they're coming in as junior higher, what that looks like, and if they're nervous, we'll kind of put their minds at ease a little bit. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're going to start right at the beginning. Junior high camp is for our seventh and eighth graders. And so before that, you have junior camp, which is fourth and fifth grade, jump start sixth grade, and then junior high, seventh and eighth grade. So you did junior high in seventh and eighth grade. And one of the first things you put on here on your list is when you walk into your cabin, you feel like you're accepted. So as a junior higher, that's pretty important, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so explain to me what you mean when you say you feel accepted when you come to your cabin.
Like nobody's gonna judge you. Like everyone has their backstory. Everyone has a different kind of feeling to them,
Hmm.
different personalities. Like no matter what, you just feel like everyone has their own problems. Like we're all together in this one
Yeah.
like thing.
So when you go to your cabin, you don't know anybody going in, right?
Nope.
Is that nerve-wracking?
When I first went, I was, like, terrified. I was like, "Uh-oh, I'm not gonna have any friends." But then, like, as soon as you walk in, you just are like, "Oh, like, everyone's, like, my age. Everyone's going through something." And it's just, like, nice, and, like, you just feel welcomed, like, no matter, like, how awkward it might be the first time, it's always, like, you just become, like, best friends by the end of the week.
Yeah. I know every time we picked you up, there's usually tears at the end of the week because you're sad that you have to leave your friends.
Yes.
But what you found is that the people that you've met in your cabins kind of come back the same week every year. Is that pretty
Yeah,
normal,
it's,
right?
like, just a community of, like, camp. It's
Yeah.
just camp.
So you know that like this week we're gonna go, or this year we're gonna go to a certain week because you know that your friends are gonna be there for that week and all of that. So it's kind of a growing friendship, growing camaraderie. It doesn't stop at the end of the week and then you never see them again. You can see them over and over again. Do you talk with any of your friends that you met like via text message or anything like that?
Yeah, like, sometimes we'll talk about, like, it's always, like, a Merry Christmas or, like,
Okay.
Happy Easter, Happy Birthday,
Sure.
just, like, stuff that you can, like, find common ground on,
Yeah.
and, like, it's always, like, whenever it gets closer to camp, like, the month before we go, we're always like, "You going to camp this year? Are you going to the week? Maybe we'll see each other. Hope
Mhm.
we can, like, touch bases and stuff like that."
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's talk about your counselor a little bit. Um, You've had 2 years of counselors. What's kind of the counselor's role in the cabin? What do they do?
They are, like, kind of like they're just like the mom, basically, but,
Okay.
like, they're, like, a fun mom, you can do fun things with them. It's like they're just, like, there to help you out if you have problems with friends, like, in your cabin, if you have spiritual issues, if you just need some clarification about some things, they have their schedule, they have everything you might need. They can tell you whenever if you need, like, help with meds or something like anything like that.
So with the junior program, the counselor's very uh, interactive with the campers. They do everything together. I kind of picture like this mother duck and all of her ducklings following in line. But it's not like that in junior high. You kind of have some freedom to do some things, but you're still, on a schedule, and the counselor tells you where to be and how to do those things and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I always thought of her as, like, your big sister, like,
Okay.
she was, like, part of our friend group, like, she knew, like, we could talk to her about anything, like,
Hmm.
as a friend. She was like a best friend, like an older best friend.
Yeah, that's cool. All right. So another thing you put on there is community and prayer. What does that mean?
So, like, your community is, like, people around you, like, even if people aren't in your cabin, they're still, like they'll get to know you, like, cabins become really close.
Mhm.
Cabin is just like the people in your cabin are the people you sleep with, the people you spend the most time with. But you can get with other cabins and you can do like fun activities like
Sure.
gopher
Hmm.
ball you can do like with other cabins.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's like we all want to get together in like this big circle and just have a little like popcorn prayer
Hmm.
about like what you're going through and like how we can like help.
That's great. All right. Let's go for ball. Because people are going to watch this and going to be like, what is gopher ball? I don't know what that means. So what's gopher ball?
Gopher ball is so fun. So they have it's kind of like you're in this like ring and there's like kind of like big mason. What did you
Like
say?
the 5 gallon, or not
Yeah.
5, like the 55-gallon drums
Yeah.
that they're partially buried.
Like in mulch.
They're in the ground.
Mhm.
So when you're in them, how much of your body is above ground?
I'd say like your waist and up or
Waist up.
like
Yeah.
your yeah, like
Okay.
depending on how tall you are. And then there's this net around it like a cage kind of thing, like around the big thing. And there's a goal here and a goal here and there's a little ball. And you like pass it, you can like hit it to your teammates and you like go back and forth. Like you're like gophers popping out and grabbing the ball and like it's just really fun.
I love that. It's fun. It's probably one of our most used games. That and Octoball. Did you play Octoball at all?
Mhm.
You did? Okay. Yeah, so that's another one that gets used quite a bit. All right. So let's keep going down your list here. Making lifelong friends. We talked a little bit about that before, but do you have people that you are still in contact with from the first year of camp that you were there?
Yeah, when I went in the first 6th grade camp,
Yep. Jumpstart. Went
Jumpstart,
to
yes.
Jumpstart first. Yep.
When I went into Jumpstart, I still have my friends' numbers from from there, like we talk sometimes we're like we talk about like I said earlier, like happy birthday or like Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Like it's just stuff like you can find common ground with.
Yeah. That's cool. All right. So getting pushed outside of your comfort zone, what like that can be a good thing, that can be a scary thing. So when you put on your list here, getting to be pushed or kind of um, urged outside of your comfort zone. So what do you mean when you say that?
Okay, so
Is it good or
me,
bad?
yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It like I'm one of those people who's terrified of heights. Like, oh, I just can't do them. They're terrifying. But like you just like whenever you're there, like all of your cabin mates are like all around you. They're like, "You can do it. We believe in you. Like it's okay. You can do it." And it's just like you're like, "Oh, yeah, I want to do it kind of, but I don't really want to because I'm scared." But like then you can like go with your counselor and go with your cabin mates and just pray to God and like ask him to give you the strength to do it. Because I know sometimes like it can be scary.
Hmm.
Like high adventure, like doing fun things like that. That it's scary.
Yeah. So what was do you remember the high adventure you did last year?
We stood on this really big we climbed up this really big like telephone pole and like we're
Okay.
trying to hit a ball in
Okay.
the air
Yeah.
and it was like really scary.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they call that the pamper pole. Do you know why they call it the pamper pole?
Mm-mm.
Because when you get up there, you're gonna want to wear pamper diapers because you're so scared. You're so high. So
Yeah,
they call it the pamper pole.
it's like really high in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like it's scary. Like even if you're scared of putting on a safety harness, like they can help you like just overcome that fear.
Hmm.
You don't have to do it. You don't they're not forcing you to.
Right.
They're just helping you like get used to the fact that you can do it.
It's one step at a time. It's like
Yeah.
life. You don't tackle your biggest obstacle by just going at it head first. You kind of do little steps incrementally to get along the way. And so
Yeah.
it's putting on the harness and then it's hooking up to the harness and then it's taking that first step and the second step and all the way up to the top. And then I'm assuming that your other cabin mates are around you encouraging you saying,
Yeah.
do
And
this.
like what we did was you had two cabin mates behind you, two cabin mates in front of you, two cabin mates beside you.
Yeah.
And like they would just help you up. Like if you started like to fall, they would like just like catch you and like be like, "You're okay, just reset. It's
Mhm.
okay." And like it was really something.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, so let's talk about activities for junior high. You mentioned water activities. What kind of stuff did you do as far as games, things like that? Like, what were your favorite parts of camp that way?
So, like water activities were like kind of like optional. Like you could like during free time, which is like you get like 2 or 3 hours a day and you can just get to like you can play basketball, volleyball, octoball, like you can shop at the Red Canoe, everything
Hmm.
like that. But like you just kind of like if you want to do water activities, you have to take like this little swim test. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, okay, so let's talk about the swim test real quick because I get a lot of calls about that. What do I do with the swim test? What do I need to prepare my camper for? So, can you tell us what the swim test is?
Okay.
Do you remember?
Yes. So when you get there, they they do the swim test. Like it's like the first thing you do, like after you meet your cabin
Hmm.
mates. So everyone goes down to the water and then they just call up cabin by cabin. I think it's like two cabins at a time. And you swim out to like this area. It's like probably like 6 or 7 feet. It's not like super,
Hmm.
super deep. But you just tread water for like a minute. It's
Hmm.
like you just like and there's like lifeguards there in case you can't do it. They'll like help you
Okay.
out. And there's like and you just like tread and then you just swim back. Like
Yeah.
it's like it seems like it's a lot longer than you think it will be. It's
Yeah.
like it's pretty yeah.
It's not too hard. And the other thing too is if you don't get it the first time, you can go back and do it and try it
Yeah.
again. Like it's not a one and done thing. If you don't do it the first time, it's not a problem. You come back and do it again the next day or even that same day, and you can try it as many times as
Yeah.
you want.
You
So,
can.
and the more you do it, the more, courage you're going to get and you'll probably have other cabin mates that'll come alongside of you and kind of encourage you as you do that kind of thing. Okay. So, um water activities, what did you do? Did you just go swimming? Did you do the water slide or what did you do?
You could, yes. They opened it a couple days. But we did like this really fun, like as a junior high group, it was like we did these series of competitions. We had like laser tag competitions and it was like best 2 out of 3 or something like that.
Mhm.
And so we did this one activity where we got a whole bunch of supplies like from the woods. Like we were able to get one piece of cardboard, two noodles, tape, and then we could get like as many sticks as we needed.
Mhm.
And we were to make this little boat that one of our cabin mates would like race
Right.
with. So it was really fun because we would take like the smallest cabin mate we had and we'd
Mhm.
put him on the boat and we would paddle 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 and we would like make oars and stuff out of like sticks and everything and it was really fun.
Did it float?
It kind of
I
did.
kinda did for a little bit
Yeah,
anyways.
it's funny because like no one's really like completely floated. It was
Right.
like fun to see how many people failed and how many people like didn't succeed.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So let's talk about the Red Canoe. That was one of your favorite places, I'm sure. We sent money to the Red for you for the Red Canoe, and I don't think it lasted very long, did it?
Yeah, I was probably gone with it a couple days.
All right, so what can you get at the Red Canoe?
You can get sweatshirts, you can get hats, you can get like drinks. Like you can get pretty much anything you could get at like a store.
What did you get most?
I mostly got like strawberry banana smoothies.
Strawberry banana smoothies.
And
Okay.
they had really good coffee too.
Okay. All
But
right.
there's like hats, there's clips, there's like bracelets, there's like little things that you can get, like little cups and stuff.
Hmm.
It's just like it's like it's a really good
Yeah.
store.
Yeah, I mean, it has pretty much everything that you could possibly want. I remember so the first time that we sent her to camp, we were in Tennessee and we brought her up for camp for the first time at Jumpstart. And Tennessee, in May and even beginning parts of June is hot. I mean, it's 90 degrees plus. And so do you remember what happened when
So
so we came up from Tennessee, we brought her and she was in shorts, a t-shirt and flip-flops, and it was probably 50 degrees outside. And so we had to make a quick pit stop at Red Canoe and we got her all
we
outfitted
got
with
some sweatpants and
sweatpants and
some
sweatshirts and
yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah, we kind of failed as parents on that one, that first trip. So
Man, it was a real culture. It was freezing.
yeah, it was a little bit different than Tennessee for sure. So but that's one of the cool things I like about it now that we're here and we live here, is like you can be in shorts and stuff during the day and then you put a sweatshirt on at night and you're just comfortable. It's fun, it's nice.
I still
So
think it's freezing whenever everyone else is like, it's so hot outside.
yeah, you got to get used to it a little bit. So you're a Tennessee baby. So all right. So meals. What do meals look like at Lake Ann Camp? Because they're not quiet
So,
meals, are they?
no, they're not.
They're
So you have like junior high, as a group. It's like a lot of people, I
yeah,
would say. It's
yeah,
like quite a few
yeah, a
people.
couple hundred.
Yeah. So we all go in, we find our seats, and then like table by table or like cabin by cabin, you could say, they will like line you up. You'll get in lines, like three different lunch lines. And then you'll get served your food, and then you'll go get your drinks, and then you'll come and you'll sit back down. After everyone's gone through, they do this little song, and it's
Mhm.
like, come get, go, there's more through the door, help yourself to seconds.
Should we do it together?
Yeah, sure.
Nobody
Nobody
goes
goes
hungry
hungry
at
at
Lake
Lake
Ann.
Ann.
There's
There's more
more through
through
the
the
door.
door, help
Help yourself
yourself to
2 seconds.
seconds.
There you go. Okay.
And everyone will come busting through the doors, and they're like, I want seconds, blah. And like after that, it's just like everyone sits down. A lot of people like to do we have like a little hand
Mm-hmm.
kind of song that we
Right.
like to
Right.
do.
Yeah, the hand clap, which you learn with your cabin and things like that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And like everyone's like, junior high, give me a one. And like everyone just does it, and it's
Mm,
just fun.
let's go.
And then we like begin, it's like there's like 15 minutes left of lunch, or yeah, 15 minutes left of your meal. And then a speaker, like you have program directors, so like the people who are in charge of your counselors, like they're the oldest out of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And they like tell you that you have like 15 minutes left and we're going to do this little cabin game.
Mm-hmm.
So like after lunch is what I'm referring to. You have something called quiet time, and it's like 30 minutes that you can like sleep, you can just relax with your
Mm-hmm.
cabin. But a lot of people use it for cabin competitions. So it's cabin competitions are like who has the cleanest cabin,
Okay.
and like the program director will go through all the cabins,
Mm-hmm.
who has the cleanest cabin, who has the best themed cabin. Like
Mhm.
some people like to do like mermaid themed.
Sure.
Like we did, like my group did laser tag themed,
Okay.
and that's how we won because we did like glow in the dark tape.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And the counselors, I mean, the program directors kind of get bribed with candy. So if you like lay out a whole bunch of candy, they like kind of like favorite your cabin, and
Mm.
they give you
There's
like
a hint
points.
for you if you're looking to get ahead on the cabin challenge. There you go.
That's what the red canoe's for, as we
Yeah.
all like to say.
Got little pieces of candy. Yeah.
No, like those big bags of
Oh,
like,
really?
mm,
Okay.
yeah, and like sometimes like we did a Candyland theme one time. We had one 2 years ago. We like laid out candy all around the floor, and they like had to like do like hopscotch with the
Oh,
candy and
fun.
stuff,
Okay.
and they really enjoyed that.
All right.
But yeah.
All right. So meals are an event for sure. It's not just we just go eat and that's it. Like it's fun. We do a lot of different stuff with that too. Okay. All right. So let's kind of wrap up the week. And at the end of the week, you have Friday night Big Chapel. What's Friday night Big Chapel like?
So it starts with Jumpstart, and it goes all the way up to senior high. We
Which this
all
year it's going to start with junior high because juniors and Jumpstart are going to do their own Big
Oh,
Chapel.
that's cool.
So yeah, so it'll be junior high all the way up to senior high.
So junior high, fresh start, senior high
Yep.
are the three. And so we'll all like come into this to this like the large chapel,
Mm-hmm.
and our worship team will go through a couple songs, we'll sing a couple songs, and then Mr. Ken Rudolph will do his famous passage,
Mm-hmm.
his famous message. And then we'll do a couple more songs, and like everyone just begins to feel like God in like how his presence is there.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people start to cry, and then like our whole cabin will help out the people who are really struggling in your cabin, and then we'll all like huddle up by the altar, and we'll do this huge like big prayer, and it helps the people who are a lot of people get saved. A lot, like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of just an end of the week like you've heard messages and you've heard all these things and then whoever the senior high speaker is for that week will do Friday night chapel. So for several weeks it's going to be Ken Rudolph. Other weeks we have other speakers that'll come in and do that Friday night chapel. But either way, it's kind of just an opportunity for all of the campers to come together and kind of talk through what they heard through the week and if there's any last minute decisions that need to be made. It just gives an opportunity for the cabin mates to come around that person and kind of get that taken care of. So after chapel is done, we go to the glory bowl. So what's the glory bowl? What happens there?
So the glory bowl is on this huge hill, and it's like it'll be junior high through senior high, and we'll all like sit on this. We'll have like blankets down. They'll be like bring blankets or bring towels or
Yeah,
something that
something
you
to
can
sit
sit
on.
on,
Yeah.
and we'll lay it out. And in front of us is this ginormous fire, like this huge fire. It's like trees are on fire
Yeah.
in this like
Yeah, it's not
big.
a little campfire. It's like a 50 feet high big bonfire.
It's
Yeah.
huge. And then we get this microphone or megaphone or whatever they're
Yeah, a little
called.
mic, yeah, a little
Yeah.
microphone.
And the speaker will be like, he'll talk a little bit through like what we're gonna do. And then he's like, is there anyone who needs to share something that they like began this week? Like a lot of people talked about how like they had hard times in their past with like trying to kill themselves, and how
Mm,
they like were on like a 5-day like no cutting
mm.
thing, and it was
Hard
really,
stuff.
yeah, like hard
Yeah.
stuff.
It's neat to see people that come in from backgrounds like that and people there's a lot of people that probably don't even get up or say anything that do say anything and you don't have to say anything, but if you do decide to go up there it's just an opportunity to kind of have people pray with you, pray alongside of you, and kind of work through some of those
Yeah.
issues.
And like if you like are going through something that you're not comfortable sharing with everyone, just go to your counselor. Your counselor
Yeah.
is there to help you.
Yeah.
Your counselor can like just keep it between you and her. Like
Yeah.
it's just like it's your counselor.
Yeah. All right, so we've walked through the week of camp.
Mhm.
Is there anything else that you could say or that you would want to say to a new junior hire coming in, as a new camper? Anything you want to say?
don't be afraid. Camp is awesome.
Don't be afraid. Yeah.
You should just come. It's really awesome.
Yeah. I like that. That's perfect. All right. Well, thanks, Liana. I appreciate it. This is, again, the first time for you doing this kind of thing, so I know it can be a little nerve-wracking, but you did great. You did a good job. All right. Well, until next week, thanks for tuning in to the Life at Its Best podcast. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.